charge. So, like, he just, there you go. Impending Doom with charge, 6 to the face.
Oh,
Bradykin
boy.
is in so much trouble at this point. He didn't find his Chalice, which is fairly common for the Chalice deck. And
You're watching the Eternal Tournament Series.
Hello and welcome back for round 2 of this week 3 ETS Open. I am SirRhino, and joining me in the booth is Mark, aka Chibi. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to this match we got coming up.
Yeah, we've got some names in this matchup here. We've got Finkel, not maybe the Magic Finkel you think of, but our Finkel, Eternal's Finkel. Not an ETS regular, right? But nonetheless, a very, very well respected and successful player. Just has had, since the beginning of closed beta, just insane ladder results and some excellent content produced. And he's bringing Felon Control. And on the other end, we've got Paradox on Skycrag Aggro.
Yeah, and I'm looking. I like the. I do like the one of feeding time in the main from Finkel. I feel like that card should see a little bit more play than it actually does, especially with the 4 death strikes. Let's do 3 death strikes, 2 feeding time. Come on, easy peasy.
That's a lot of expensive removal. But the notable thing with this Felon Control, almost an old school approach to Felon Control back before the Rise of Armory and before the Champion of Cunning changes. Felon Control wasn't about Vera loops all the time. It was actually about having a Celestial Omen tutor package for a Zindel's Gift to beat other control decks, or occasionally the Last Word to beat things. No Last Word in this list, but instead of Rhyme-Scale Draconis as some utility, which can be useful in certain mid-range matchups to channel the Tempest on the top end, but still jamming the 4 Champion of Cunning. Notably, only 1 Withering Witch here, though, as well, which is actually going to be really good that you only have 1 main deck, because it's one of the worst cards against aggro.
And especially not to. Well, I guess that's jumping a little bit ahead, but looking over at Paradox's side, though, I do like the 3 ornate katanas. That's going to help them push through. Some of those Felon Bloodcasters, push through some of those Stewards of the Past, getting those on anything with either quick draw in combination with the spell, or on a champion of Fury or whatnot. I like it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, with Skycrag's it been in a interesting spot since the last patch, because people kind of settled on a Flame Blast Charge Chain Flail kind of version on it for a while, which was just kind of accepted as the best build or a good build. So once those nerfs happened, Skycrag kind of spiraled for a bit. People weren't sure what to do with it. It seems like we're back to settling on a mostly mono fire, almost as we see here, weapons based build. You see the 3 Katana, 3 Scepter, 2 Morningstar as well. Whereas Stone Scar aggro decks ended up just swapping the Flame Blast for Soulfire Drake. Skycrag's still going through its evolution here as we see some really different ideas take hold.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out. I think I've been playing a lot of Felon Control on ladder, and I've been obviously facing a lot of Skycrag. It seems very 50-50. The fact that I don't know. I haven't had it be that terrible of a matchup, and the key. The edge probably goes to Skycrag.
Yeah, I would say the edge is Felon.
Really?
Yeah,
with Lightning Storm in hand,
right?
200%. But if Skycrag has a fast start, that's just hard. It's hard to come back from, especially with
even without Lightning Storm, which they have a 3 of main deck here. They've got 4 Varus Favors, which has at least 7 targets I saw. A Lightning Strike, 4 Annihilates, 4 Permafrost, 4 Felon Bloodcaster. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm also currently looking at Finkel's hand as they're resolving mulligans, and there's a Lightning Storm in it.
There is, yeah. So I give game 1 to Finkel. As they're about to get started. That's firm. I don't know.
Lightning Storm's not the be all end all of this matchup, but it is one of the cards you could possibly hope for here.
I'm also probably just bitter because I literally, before we started casting, got tromped by Skycrag on.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you play Skycrag, is sometimes you curve out into Champion of Furies and the game ends. But that's not going to happen this game, as Paradox opens on a Primal Sigil so that they can play the Snow Crushed Yeti with Aegis. But won't have those Champions of Furies as a follow-up. We'll have, an Outlaw if they want, but instead they opt to load up this Yeti with a Katana, and now there's a 4/1 Aegis that Finkel's staring down, but luckily a Felm Bloodcaster can handle that.
Yeah, so this is why I think I would have liked to have saved that Ornate Katana and put it on the Outlaw that Paradox had in hand and has now played.
But then that dies to Lightning
Sword.
And still doesn't get through Felm Bloodcaster.
Like I said, I didn't think Finkel was not going to take this first game, but
yeah, it's just a whole lot of hurdles for Skycrag to get over. And while a 2/1 Aegis is a nuisance, it still is mostly just a nuisance, right?
Correct.
The Felm Bloodcaster here is sitting pretty well. Yeah, I mean, now Paradox has no follow-up in hand, just some Granite Monuments that it might eventually turn into 4/1s, but okay.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like I think the board looks a little bit different if Paradox, doesn't have 5 lands in hand, right? Or excuse me, 5 power.
Yeah, but I don't think it would look that dramatically different either, unless one of those cards was like, a Permafrost, right?
Well, Permafrost, Torch would have done big things here. I think a Shogun Scepter potentially, a Vadius potentially. Basically he just needs something to answer that Felm Bloodcaster.
Right. So Finkel has the option of just completely wiping the board clean with a double Lightning Storm here. And it looks like that's what he's going to choose to do. Still has a Death Strike and a Permafrost in hand to clean up further messes, and opts to not swing with the 2/5 here, as getting in 2 damage isn't really a priority. Being able to block 4 damage from either a Granite Monument that could be coming out or a Champion of Fury is more important to Finkel here.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that line. You're already at 15, so taking anything with haste is going to hit you for 4, so holding that back and not falling to 11 seems pretty good, especially since we're looking at 4 Obliterates and 2 Soulfire Drakes out of Paradox.
Another Champion of Cunning from Finkel in hand. Won't be fully powered up, but the good news is a 5/5 can get the job done just fine in this situation. As Paradox opts to not play out of Magma Hound last turn because, well, it can't do anything, but relents and gets one out of hand here.
Okay. And then we are 3/2 Oni Ronin doing work.
It's better than a 2/1 Oni Ronin, at least.
It's true.
We see the Champion of Cunning come in, Finkel offering the 2-for-1 here. If Paradox wants to take it, he'll pass. And I imagine we'll see another champion and maybe Permafrost come down here. Maybe not.
Yeah, I
don't see a need to. That's for sure.
There's not a need to, but maybe you're really worried about the Suicide Warcry and then that Warcry going on the Morning Star or a Soulfire Drake.
Yeah.
Or something some sort of weird line, but yeah, I agree. Permafrost does not seem.
Shogun Scepter, the draw from Paradox here means this Oni Ronin will get buffed up to a 5/3, and that means you can't block it with Felm Bloodcaster. You got to block it with either Champion of Cunning or take the 5 damage. And Finkel opts to take the 5 here. We got a race on our hands.
However, that Lightning Strike is pretty good from Finkel.
Yep. So we see the Permafrost come down, I imagine. Yep. Maybe both, yeah. So 10 damage crashing in here. Paradox again has to think about double blocking, but passes up. He's aggro. He knows if he makes that block, he's not winning this game.
Yeah,
and,
holding up both Lightning Strike. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not super worried about Finkel's position just yet.
Yeah, Finkel's got a Death Strike and a Lightning Strike up. Can't cast both of them, but still has plenty of safety nets here. Shouldn't be too worried about their life total, though. Paradox is playing for Obliterate, but one Obliterate is not going to get the job done here. Is
there a world that Paradox can live through? I'm trying to so they play the other Magma Hound, swing with both Magma Hounds. One gets chumped, but no, then the crackback doesn't kill them. But again,
Finkel's got you use Lightning Strike.
Yeah, but
and then you use Death Strike when you untap. So
yeah. There's no way for him to get out.
Paradox has run a lot of power to this game.
Yes.
Some of it turned into Magnums, which is not so useful when literally every unit in your opponent's deck can block them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well.
There we go. We see Death Strike from end of turn from Finkel draws a Vera's Favor off the top.
Insult to injury.
Well-known best card in the game, Vera's Favor. And here comes the ace base. Finkel still has Lightning Strike, not worried about any kind of crackbacks. And,
Yeah.
there we go. Paradox goes down to 1, and we'll see this here in just as Finkel just plays out the witch.
I don't like that.
No?
I do not like playing out the witch there.
I don't think you're giving your opponent any extra, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. You can not like it, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, I know it doesn't matter, but it seems sloppy. Like who like what if Paradox had like 3 torches in hand or something like that?
There weren't any pauses.
Oh wow!
He hacked his system and he would get banned.
Yes. Well, no.
All right. Well, turns out that's game 1. We still have at least one more game to play. So we're going to go to sideboards here, where generally the control deck gets even better. Although Paradox can change up their threats a little bit. There's Groundbreaker, Furnace Mage, another Soulfire Drake. Furnace Mage, 4/3, not the first thing that comes to mind. Is something you want to board in against 3/5s and 5/5s, but it does take out Permafrost. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, what are you taking out for it though? Like Groundbreaker, Groundbreaker, I'm all about.
I like the Caleb's Choice bringing in as well, and that also can take out Permafrost, but more importantly, can like counter Lightning Storm when you're ahead, counter Annihilate when you're ahead, counter Death Strike. So, I like the Caleb's Choice potentially coming in. Yeah, the Groundbreaker you mentioned card that can really get through and around some of Feln's answers.
Yeah, I mean, even if it just comes in as a 3/6, it at least blocks up. At least can do some blocking or can attack in, so that hopefully maybe you just get in a few extra points or like few shots of 3 points of damage. You put an ornate katana or any of the other weapons that you have on it, and then it gets huge. I like it.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out on Finkel's end. We mentioned the Withering Witch probably coming out. Zindel's Gift almost certainly coming out. The extra Lightning Storms and Strikes maybe coming in. Maybe Backlashes, maybe. I could see that as well. I'm not sure exactly how much of their top end they're going to trim down, but it could end up finding a spot in there as well.
And here's a question: do you take out the rock slides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, how often is Rock Slide going to be better than even Rampage? Like, just as a swap.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair call. Like, I was thinking in like combat trick situations, but really Rakano Well, I guess you have Rakano Outlaw and Vadius that could benefit from those, but Rakano Outlaw still needs something else with it. So Vadius is really the only card that's getting any value from straight Rockslide. Yeah,
basically, if I was keeping in Rockslide, I would essentially say, well, if I think this effect is valuable, I'd rather just be Rampage, because I'm only using it as like a trade up tool anyway, so I might as well just jam the Rampage and get a little more reach via it.
It does seem strictly better. Yeah.
So yeah, we're still waiting for players to figure out that sideboarding. As we said, it looks like Paradox still trying to figure out exactly how they want to go about this. Really, the biggest thing they want to do is draw Vadius in this matchup. That's one of the Vadius with a weapon is one of the keys here, and then hope somehow they don't have enough tools to pop the Aegis and deal with it.
So we do see the 2 Furnace Mages coming in and the 2 Caleb's Choices coming in. Interesting.
Yeah, I love Caleb's Choice in this matchup, and as we see, no Rock Slides currently in there. The torches are all still there, though. That card's still excellent. It looks like the Morningstar came out. Instead opting to just go with more threats rather than more weapons.
Going up to 3 Soulfire Drakes as well.
Yeah, I like that as well. Just get those fast cards in. Feln can actually be a little weak to flyers. Like, if the Champion of Cunning isn't flying and they don't have a Black Sky Harbinger in play, the skies are clear. So I do like getting those Soulfire Drakes in, punishing them if they tap out in certain spots.
Did Finkel keep this hand?
I haven't been able to hop in the booth yet, so let me check.
Okay. So we're looking at Finkel having a 1 power hand.
Ooh, he's probably still resolving mulligans then, I would guess.
It looked like it was.
Maybe he just kept it
Maybe
to
I'm
that
wrong.
lightning storm.
Well, and the two Varas favors. I mean, like,
but Finkel is on the play.
There's no way he kept this, right? Okay, I'm guessing I'm going insane. that is, I feel like the more reasonable and plausible answer.
Yeah, so we'll see what's going on here. Yep, it goes away.
Okay, all right.
Always right with the world. Doesn't get really that much better of a hand though. Has a Bloodcaster, but doesn't even have double shadow yet, so needs to find that, or needs to find some early removal. The name of the game in this matchup is Resolve Black Sky Harbinger. That is your #1 goal against most fighter decks as a Feln player. And right now, this hand can't achieve that goal. So
no. Oh wow.
Paradox has the opening that we mentioned before, right?
Oh.
So Champion of Fury can do some disgusting things.
Shadow Sigil right on time though.
Ooh, really right on time. As Finkel's already down to 19, but now hopefully this Feln Bloodcaster can buy him the time to get to the other parts of his curve. That second Shadow Sword showing up just in the nick of time as we pass the Paradox, and it looks like he draws a Caleb's Choice.
Yeah. I have to imagine that Vadius is coming. Ooh.
No, another
just aggro? Yes.
Yeah, just try and end this thing. You don't know when you're going to draw an answer to this this 2-5, so I'm totally cool with that move there. Finkel choosing to not Death Strike there could end up being kind of costly depending on when he chooses to use it, as Paradox does have a Caleb's Choice. But again, for him to be forced to use this Death Strike, a weapon or some sort of removal is going to have to be used on the 2-5 anyways. So
yeah, because right now it just forces. Yeah, it would just end up forcing through 2 points of damage now. So next turn, I have to imagine we might see a swing out.
Well, so Finkel's almost certainly going to use Death Strike here. He's got 2 5-drops and a 6-drop in hand. He's just debating, does he want to take out the 4-2 Overwhelm that could get buffed up and become a problem, or take out the 4-3, which can swing right now, but you're about to get a 5-5 into play and doesn't have any kind of built-in evasion, and also dies to Annihilate. So, that's the debate here. Is one unit's a little bit bigger right now, but your opponent has weapons, which could be a bigger problem going forward.
Yeah, very, 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 very solid points. I think I like getting rid of the Furnace Mage. Yeah.
Sure. Yep, and Finkel agrees, goes with the Furnace Mage, drops down Champion of Cunning, and now 2 5 health units in play, and we'll see what Paradox does in response. Vadius comes down and gets to hold up Caleb's Choice. Yeah. Not sure what Paradox's draw for that turn was yet, but in comes the Champion of Cunning beatdowns. Much like last game, might only be a 5-5, but that can get the job done.
Yeah, I was like a 5-5 against a board of X2s and X1s seems pretty good.
Yeah, notably Finkel, because he had that primal heavy draw, is only one primal away from getting Flying and Aegis, and once that happens, they're going to be a real nightmare for Paradox to deal with. So turn goes back to Paradox, has a 6th power played out. We know he's got that Caleb's Choice, and drew another power. Oof.
As soon as all right. Well, there's the 6th power for Finkel being able to play that Black Sky Harbinger next turn.
Yeah, can't play Harbinger here, but notably does give 2 champions Flying and Aegis.
Yes. And can still run out the Steward of the Past if they want to, just as an extra protection. I see no reason not to. Ooh, what if we get a non-depleted power off the top and just play that Rhyme? Play the Remy scale Draconis?
Yeah, Rhyme scale Draconis, 7/6 flyer for 7.
Ooh,
we see the scoop from Paradox. It's not like activating Vadius was going to get the job done there. Is better than a Sigil, but still, again, not going to get it done as you're staring down 10 attack in the skies. And I'm 2 for 2 on predictions so far today. Gotta toot my own horn there. As Finkel takes it with Feln control.
Yeah, catch up to my level. I'm like I'm 4-1 right now.
Okay.
Predictions.
Okay.
It's fine. It's good.
All right, so yeah, that goes to Finkel. Paradox maybe drawing a little more power than he'd like, but really just staring down a few more champions of cunning than he'd prefer. Had plenty of threats, but they just got stonewalled by those 2-5s and 5-5s. Looks like we're not going to have any kind of backup matches to go to, as there's only a few matches left outstanding. But we've got some other stuff to talk about here. Mostly what we're doing. This is the Eternal Tournament series. So let's explain exactly what the ETS is. This is an open tournament, so these happen every Saturday. These are all community-run, free-to-play tournaments. But they lead up to 2-day invitational events that happen every 2 months or 8 weeks. And those have like cash prizes and also give you an opportunity to get into the mid-year and annual championships, which have even larger prize pools. So if you're interested in joining in on the action, again, it's free to enter. Just check out aReNGeeeternal.com for all that info. And you just sign up with a deck and play. It can't be any easier than that.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just go do it. Just go play. It's free. It's free.
Yeah. Exactly. So with that said, we'd like to we're gonna get the next round started soonish, right? But we'll take a quick little break. So enjoy. If we have any VODs or music, you better enjoy it.
Yeah, the music's always enjoyable.
Yeah, and we'll see you in just a few.
See you guys then.